So I went to Calgary the other day. And I got this harbor tugboat from Revel. It's a pretty good kit, and I just opened it up and was pretty surprised on what I found inside. Ooh, why is it red? I then took out the instruction booklet and flipped through that a bit, and it looked pretty fun to build. And yeah, just opened up the plastic, took all the pieces out, then I organized them, and it was all ready to build. But wait, we're not going to continue building here. So remember in my first video how I was explaining that whole post-apocalyptic universe that I was going to make? Alternate universe where basically World War II didn't end and basically everyone declared war on each other and society basically collapsed. And this is basically just a scavenger kind of boat owned by... But then I canceled that project. Well, good news for you guys. This build is going to be part of that universe, which we've actually named Ruins of Tomorrow. And I'll go into more detail and explain the story of this tugboat while I build it. So yeah, let's do that. First things first, it was time to glue the propeller on and then cut out the rudder and then just glue them out both to the hull, which is actually one piece, which is really nice. And yeah, just glued those on. The rudder was actually too big, so I had to drill a hole in it, but that wasn't too bad, and it just went right in after that and looked great. Then I put on the little connecting piece and yeah, looked pretty good. So I started work on the bridge and realized that there was a lot of flash on the kit, but I don't really blame the kit as it was tooled and well, it was first tooled in 1955 as a really super old kit. It looked really cool. The box looks better than it does nowadays, but no one agrees with me. Anywho, it was retooled in the 70s. It still had the mold on the bottom hull that said 1977. And yeah, I had to almost trim flash off of almost every single piece. But I didn't mind it. I actually found it quite fun. Okay, so this little glob is supposed to be a bell. Oh, no, it's on the side here. I'm stupid. After that rather foolish moment, I then just put the bell on and it looked pretty good. Just a small bell. Then I just cut out the walls for the bridge, trimmed more flash off of them, and yeah, then just assembled the bridge. And it honestly looks pretty good. Looks like a tugboat. Looks goofy. I like how goofy tugboats are. There's a show about that. The flash was pretty annoying in all these like little navigation light pieces. Flash is basically just overflowed plastic if you don't know. But yeah, I got through it and then put all these little bits on the top of the bridge, like a spotlight, a little aerodynamic shape and doodad. I don't really know what it does, but it looked good. Then the name boards, which I didn't end up painting a name on, which is kind of funny. Then just another little ventilator thing. And yeah, looked pretty good. It was pretty fun to build. Then I just started work on the funnel. Pretty nice little tugboat funnel. It was pretty good. I then started work on the lifeboat, and I was going to add a Titanic joke here, but I realized it is April 16th as the time of recording this, 2 days after the anniversary, so I don't really want to insult the 1,400 or something lives lost. And then I just glued the funnel and superstructure to the deck, and yeah, it looks pretty good, along with these little extra boxes, which I'm pretty sure hold like life rafts or ropes or any of the doodads, the little holder for the lifeboat, a bunch of telegraphs. These would be for mooring lines. Basically, they'd signal from the bridge to be like, let go all the ropes, tighten the ropes, all that stuff. Pretty cool piece of engineering. I glued the main deck to the hull, and that went pretty well. Used some electrical tape to seal that down while the glue dries, because it was a little bit bendy and it wouldn't stay in place. Just had to have force on it. Later, I then just took the electrical tape off, which is good because it didn't really leave any residue. I recommend electrical tape or masking tape. And yeah, looked pretty good. Then I just started assembly on the walls for this, and yeah, those walls actually have a lot of little details on it that I'm excited to paint. I then put on those goofy little vents that you see on every single steamship. These are called cowl vents, and they basically just suck in air and look pretty good. They're no different than the old vents you see on old race cars. Then I just cut out the little sides for the tugboat. They needed a little bit of sanding, but that was fine. And I do really like these sides. Once you put them on, it really does look like a little tugboat, and I really like it. It's just, tugboats have this really charming look to them, and they're really nice, and I think they're goofy and just, I don't know, they look like they should capsize instantly, especially this one. Yeah, weird. I know. Alrighty. It was time to glue on the sides and then these popsicle sticks, because I'm going to mount a tank gun right here for hunting krakens. I'll go into more detail about that once I explain a bunch of other things, but if you know, I just cut out these little, popsicle sticks, and they looked good, and just put them on there and glued them down, and then grabbed these leftover tank sprues from the little diorama I did with Harrison a little while back. Still have a ton of these, and yeah, just glued on this little mount for the gun, and yeah, these things are so cute. I love these little tank turrets. They're just so goofy. I love them so much. Unfortunately, gentlemen, a very sad tragedy has occurred. I found this little goober dead under my desk, and as another YouTuber also does, I will entomb him into this tugboat. His name was Theodore. He lived a very lonely life in my basement. No other insects to call his friends, so I'll bury him here. In Theodore's memory, I gave the popsicle sticks a wire brush to bring out the wood grain on them. Then I glued down the front of those tanks that I used for the tank turret, and because I thought they would look good there and they were the right height. Just glued those down, cut off a ton of flash from this little mesh piece on the back of the deck, and yeah, glued that in, and then I just put these little rope doodads. I forget the name, but you tie ropes around them. I forget the name. Please, someone please enlighten me in the comments. I don't remember, please. To add some separation from the actual turret itself and the wooden deck, I added this little ring piece. Then I started work on what would become the crane. This is just for hauling things. Then just cut out some of these beams out of this old model kit and put them there. And yeah, then just little greeblies everywhere, these little wheels from a tank to act on the pulleys on the crane, and yeah, looks really good. I haven't done kit bashing in a long time, and I really enjoyed it, and I just feel like I should do it more. It felt really fun to do. Then I started work on the spear gun on the back, or harpoon gun, however you want to say it. I used a piece of an airplane landing gear for the gun, and then a very nice antenna piece that looked like a harpoon. And yeah, then I glued down the rails, and it looked super good. I'm super proud of this model kit. It's actually another model kit that I've finished. All the other ones I've quit on, so yay! Then I glued down the extra life raft here instead of on top of the lifeboat, because I thought that looks bad. Then I cut out these machine guns and put them on the railing, because, you know, all that stuff. And yeah. Alright, now that the model is primed and I'm starting to paint it, it's time that I explain the lore to you guys. So basically, like I said before, in this universe, World War II didn't really end, and so many people died in the war, and there were so many protests about trying to end the war, and like violent protests. I'm more talking about riots, not protests. That people started bombing their own countries, bombing their own cities just to control these riots. And it got to a point where like billions of people died because of this, because of how out of control it was. Nobody had control anymore. So then people just started scavenging and building their own self-governed societies. Basically, the lore of this tugboat is like a family or a small group owns the tugboat and, you know, hunts krakens with it. But I'll go into more detail why there's krakens in a later video. Then I just painted the hull with the same hull red, or I guess I should say the superstructure. Anywho, actually, I'm not going to explain it in a later video. I'm just deciding this now that I'm going to explain it now. So basically, in the olden days, when ships would go missing, they would blame sea monsters for it. And in this universe, it actually was sea monsters. In real life, it would probably just be bad storms or something. But because of the rising human population, those sea monsters just went underwater for years and years and years. Just because, you know, humans would hunt them down and kill them. But once the human population dropped, then they came back. So this tugboat makes a living off of, you know, hunting these sea monsters down and, you know, selling them once it gets back to port. And don't think of New York as like an actual city. Think of it as like a wasteland with small little, you know, ramshackle little like buildings and like scaffolding as like housing. Now I should probably explain why there's the turret of an M4 Sherman on the front. So my idea was they found this in the streets of, I don't know, New York City, just like, you know, again, to control the riot, there was a tank, and it's broken down. However, the turret still worked, so they salvaged it and put it on the front of this tugboat. It's not actually for hunting krakens, though. It's actually for warding off pirates, because there are a lot of people that just come up in little inflatable dinghies with guns and just storm the ships, kill everyone on board, and take the kraken that's, you know, tied up behind it that they're hauling back to the New York or wherever. And yeah, they installed that and those machine guns on the side for just some extra protection so that doesn't happen. Alright, well, with most of the lore done, I'm just going to move on back to painting. So I just started painting all the details on the top deck with some Citadel, Vallejo, and so your just basic acrylic paint that you can find at, you know, Michael's or whatever. You just painted those on with a small brush. I made a lot of mistakes with the painting, just like little screw-ups where I accidentally painted something, like, you know, accidentally did a smudge on whatever. And then, yeah, thankfully it's acrylic paint, so you can just paint over it. Then it was looking nice and shiny, so it was time to make it look like it was not so clean and rather dirty. First I hit it with a wash from Citadel, then I hit it with a dry brush of, I think it was like steel or something like that. Then I just hit a wash on the wooden deck, which really brought out the wood grain. It looks really good. And just basically repeated the wash and dry brush on everything, and then gave the orange on the hull a wash to tone down the color. And yeah, dry brush went pretty well, looked really good in the end. I'm super happy with the weathering on this build, and even on the tank, like the turret ring, that looks really nice, and I'm quite proud of myself. The crane, gave that a dry brush as well. Basically just dry brushed everything and gave everything a wash. And yeah, then now we're on to the final assembly. We got all these pieces, the tank turret, and yeah, and the lifeboat. I also glued some magnets onto the tank turret so it can rotate freely. Put that on. Yeah, looks pretty good. Pretty happy about this. And yeah, then it's time to bid our farewells to Timothy. He's doing good in there, hopefully. Bye-bye, Timothy. Anywho, just glued on the top deck, sealing him away forever. And, yeah. put on the lifeboat and just put it on its stand, and it was finally done. Okay, you can click away now. This is just channel administration stuff. Thanks for watching. Finally got an actual scale model video out instead of a Gundam video. Yeah, I feel really happy that I finally was able to, expand the Ruins of Tomorrow universe. I've been really thinking, honestly, for months about the lore. I just finally got this tugboat kit that I've been wanting, honestly, since I got the old firefighter kit. I thought it would look really nice side by side. And, yeah, just want to thank you for watching and, subscribe, because all the YouTubers say that. And, yeah, also, Harrison didn't make an appearance in this video because he didn't help me with the project. And you may have noticed, unlike our last videos, we don't have character stills in it. This is because I don't think they look the best in just, single-person videos. We're going to keep them in the videos where it's Harrison and I, so you can tell who's speaking. But when it's just one person speaking, I feel like the need for character stills just isn't really there. So, yeah, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.